Tonight, the WWE returns to the Intuit Dome for the SmackDown after WrestleMania, and tonight will be epic. If the Raw after WrestleMania was any indication, tonight's episode of SmackDown should have us on the edge of our seats. John Cena is in the building. The new SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka, is here. And the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, the final boss, The Rock, will make an appearance here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SmackDown after WrestleMania. And we kick off tonight's show with the man who will possibly go down as the greatest of all time, John Cena. Cena, who survived a career-threatening match at WrestleMania, was taken to the limit by his opponent, the rated R superstar, Edge. Both men put their careers on the line in Hollywood, but only one was able to walk out with it still alive, and it was that man right there.
Just like a movie, that match had everything. Drama, surprises, suspense. That battle was definitely fitting for Hollywood.
I want to take this moment to send a huge thank you to the rated R superstar Edge. He and I have had many clashes in the past, with the most recent being this past Sunday at WrestleMania. We both put everything on the line, understanding that only one career would get to survive. Edge is one of the most elite talents to ever step foot in this ring. And for everything you've done, I just want to say thank you. Now, speaking of WrestleMania, that now brings me to a man named Jeff Hardy. See, Jeff Hardy decided to take it upon himself to interfere in my match. Any other time would have been fine, but this time was not one of those times. Now, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I'd like to hear from the man himself. I'd like to personally extend an invitation to Jeff Hardy for a one-on-one talk on the next episode of SmackDown. I want you to look me in my eyes and explain to me why you stuck your nose in my business and almost cost me my career. Hope to see you soon.
John Cena sending out a personal invitation to the charismatic enigma who made a shocking return at WrestleMania. If I was Cena, I would want answers too. We all will have to wait and see if Jeff Hardy will be man enough to show up.
EO, I know you're still thinking about WrestleMania and Money in the Bank, but you have to let it go and focus on the future.
I was so close. I had a chance to win it all. I let the moment get the best of me.
I know what it's like to get close and come up short. You'll have many opportunities in the future, but you can't let the past get the best of you. And you need to start that journey with your match tonight.
Io Sky will take on Alexa Bliss later on tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Jimmy Uso, representing the Usos. From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Jay Uso!
Y'all know what time it is. This the part where we crank it up. Let's crank it up. Now here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Jey Uso in singles action here tonight against R-Truth. Jey and his brother Jimmy were successful in defending their tag team titles against the Street Profits at WrestleMania. Tonight will be a different pace for the champ. Jimmy and Jey continuing to solidify themselves as the greatest tag team ever. And a win tonight will also prove that they aren't just a tag team act. Jey Uso wasn't the only one with success at WrestleMania. R-Truth won the first ever WrestleMania rap battle. That was because Elias took the money to walk away. If Elias would have stayed for that rap battle, he would have won. Really? You do know that R-Truth literally raps on his way to the ring. I don't think Elias has rapped a day in his life. You don't know that. Jey with the right hands, in full control of this match here tonight on SmackDown. What do you think is next for the tag champs?
Like you mentioned earlier, they are on a quest to set themselves way above every tag team you can think of, past or present. I think they are ready for any and all challengers. That's how good they are.
Jey now heading to the top, looking for the Uso splash, and hits it! Jey Uso is your winner! And the wins keep piling up. Singles, tag team, it doesn't really seem to matter. With a little trick up his sleeve, Austin Theory was able to retain the United States Championship at WrestleMania.
Call it what you want, but Austin Theory still has the gold, while Chad Gable has nothing. Austin Theory wanted it more, plain and simple.
So he has to cheat? Chad Gable would have won that match. Chad Gable should be the United States Champion.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Cole.
Come on. Did you really think I was going to show up to WrestleMania without a plan? I was given such short notice for my title defense that I had to reassure that everything was going to go just fine for me. So I had to go to the ones I trust the most. I guess you can say that I found the way. I found the way to victory. And I stand here still, your United States champion. Now, Chad Gable isn't here tonight. He's probably at home, crying to his family about how he had his WrestleMania moment taken away from him. But this is a message to Chad Gable and anyone else who wants this title. You're gonna have to get through him to get to me.
Austin Theory laying down the law. If you want a shot at the title, you have to get through Dexter Lumis. A little bit of added protection for the champion.
But what about Chad Gable? He was screwed out of his WrestleMania moment.
So what? Austin Theory's back was against the wall. What was he supposed to do? Theory was going to find a way.
Well, as we still deal with the aftermath of WrestleMania, we are still waiting for the arrival of the final boss, The Rock. The Rock says he will show up tonight to acknowledge Roman Reigns. That and so much more on the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Io Shirai. And from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Welcome back to SmackDown in our second match of the evening. Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss. Both ladies competing in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. Still processing the results of that match. We saw Bayley earlier trying to talk to Io Sky, telling her not to let the loss get to her. Bayley understands what Io was going through. Having your first experience on the grandest stage isn't easy at all. It's been bothering Io all week. Io felt she had a golden opportunity to grab that briefcase, but she let the moment get the best of her. And that's going to happen. It happens to everyone. That's what Bayley was trying to explain to her. And let's not forget the other individual in the ring, Alexa Bliss. Highly disappointed in not being able to win Money in the Bank. It was the perfect moment for her to turn it around. I mean, think of the year she has had. She's had a lot of success here on SmackDown and was this close to walking into WrestleMania with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Speaking of the SmackDown Women's Championship, who could forget the match these two had back at Survivor Series? Alexa Bliss would successfully defend her title against Io Sky in what many consider to be one of the best matches of last year. I'm sure Io hasn't forgotten about that night either. And Io able to kick out there. That was close. Twisted Bliss, but Io able to escape there. Io Sky almost getting the win there. Io hits the moonsault, and now Alexa able to use the ropes to escape. Back and forth action here tonight on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss looking for the win after hitting the twisted DDT. Alexa Bliss gets the win here on the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
Tough loss for Io Sky. The loss at WrestleMania, obviously, still on her mind.
Now wait just a minute. I've got something to say. You should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no.
Well, despite the loss, Seth Rollins seems to be in a good mood, or at least a better mood than many would expect. Losing's never fun, but there's no shame in losing to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Also, Seth Rollins doesn't live for the satisfaction of folks like you. Seth isn't going to be sad just because you want him to be. I'm not saying he should be sad, just saying it's a little shocking, that's all.
I've heard all the chatter, I've heard all the noise, and I really don't care what any of you have to say. Despite my loss at WrestleMania, I am still the visionary, still the revolutionary, the biggest star on SmackDown. Scratch that, I'm the only star, the only superstar, the only megastar on this brand. I demand respect from all of you.
It's the megastar LA Knight. LA Knight is finally here in WWE.
Let me talk to you. Did somebody say megastar? No, 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 Captain. You ain't no megastar. There's only one megastar, and you're looking at him.
Excuse me, but who the hell are you?
No need to act dumb, my friend. You know exactly who I am. But if indeed you do need a reminder, let the people of Inglewood remind you. My name is L.A. Knight. Now, it's a real shame we had a WrestleMania in L.A. without L.A. Knight, but that's in the past and we're about looking into the future. And since you call yourself the visionary, I know you know the future of SmackDown looks bright, but not because of you, but because of L.A. Knight.
This is laughable. You're a joke. You're not on my level. The fact that you are sharing this ring with me on the SmackDown after WrestleMania is insane.
Let's stop right there. No need to talk about it. How about you and I go toe-to-toe and be about it?
No. But if you want a match, how about the next episode of SmackDown? I'll shut you up real quick, megastar.
Welcome to SmackDown, LA Knight. It's cool to make your debut on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, but you don't interrupt Seth freaking Rollins in the process. That's something LA Knight will soon regret. Well, we'll see if that is the case when these two meet for the first time on the next episode of SmackDown.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dolph Ziggler. And his opponents, first, from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio! And from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens!
The three men who represented SmackDown in the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania set to square off in a triple threat match here tonight.
Neither of the three able to win it, but they did have their chances, but it just wasn't enough to get them the briefcase.
Now they all have to find a way to reset here as they all start their new quests on SmackDown.
It'd be interesting to see the route they go. One thing about the Money in the Bank briefcase is it sets you up for an entire year. For an entire year, you can do whatever you want because you know you have the golden ticket. Now these men have to carve out opportunities, which is much harder to do.
I spoke to Kevin Owens this week, and he's still not happy about not winning. He felt like it was his match to lose.
It probably stung a little more knowing that he had the chance to stop the eventual winner, Robert Roode, but failed to do so.
And what about Dolph Ziggler and Rey Mysterio? Mysterio getting up there in age. Who knows how many chances will come his way? And Ziggler, who's still trying to find that spark to get his career to that next level.
Ziggler and Mysterio, with so much history on SmackDown, I feel like they have some unfinished business to take care of.
Mysterio looking for the 619, and he's able to hit it. Can he get the cover? And Ziggler breaks it up. What a move by Mysterio. Dolph hits the super kick. Can he get the win?
Dolph Ziggler picks up an impressive win here tonight.
Indeed he does. And speaking of impressive wins, how about Asuka at WrestleMania, who finally beat Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title? Well, the new SmackDown Women's Champion is here tonight, and we will hear from her next.
Ladies and gentlemen, this past Sunday we probably witnessed not only one of the greatest women's matches, but possibly one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. Asuka and Charlotte left it all in this ring in their match for the SmackDown Women's title. I want to personally congratulate both ladies on their performance. And it is with great honor to formally introduce the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka. Asuka, you have been on a journey for a very long time to get back to the title match at WrestleMania. Earlier this year, you won the Royal Rumble, which earned you your shot, and after all your hard work and dedication, you are now the SmackDown Women's Champion. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I shows the world that I am the very best, not only in SmackDown, but the entire world. And I proved to Charlotte, and I proved to everyone in that locker room that nobody is ready for Asuka.
Here comes the former champion.
Okay, congrats. You did it. You finally beat Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. You did it. Now can we get on with the show?
Charlotte, what are you doing? This moment isn't about you.
Oh, but it is. I mean, have you told her? You did tell her, right?
I haven't shared that information yet.
You might want to let her know as soon as possible. Because I don't want any excuses.
Asuka, I know you are still celebrating your big win, but Charlotte has invoked her rematch clause and you will be defending the SmackDown Women's title in a rematch against Charlotte Flair at Backlash.
You hear that, Asuka? Enjoy it while it lasts. Because at Backlash, I'm taking my title back.
No problem, Charlotte. At Backlash, I'll make you tap out, just like I did at WrestleMania.
Well, that was quick. The rematch has been made official for Backlash.
Can the Queen get her title back, or will Asuka get another win on Charlotte Flair?
Earlier, we mentioned he would be here, and we are still awaiting the arrival of The Rock on a night where he said he would acknowledge Roman Reigns. I cannot wait to see that happen.
All the reviews are in. WrestleMania Hollywood will go down as one of the best ever. And it wasn't because of the general manager of Raw. It was actually because of SmackDown, which means it was because of me. I mean, we had Cena, Edge, Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Brock, Rock, Roman. I was even able to get The Undertaker to come back. I am the driving force for all this success. And unlike the general manager of Raw, I don't get bullied and punked around by legends. In fact,
no way! Corey, it's the dead man! The Undertaker is here on SmackDown!
I think the SmackDown general manager may have run his mouth a little too much, too long.
The Undertaker, who was victorious at WrestleMania, defeating Seth Rollins, has returned to SmackDown.
Big Evil, one of the most iconic performers for the Blue brand during the initial brand split, known for taking souls and digging holes, may have one more hole to dig on the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
You never know what to expect when you tune into this universe. First, it was Stone Cold on Raw. Tonight on SmackDown, The Undertaker. If I was the general manager, I would get out of there now.
I think it might be a little too late.
You may be right. Looks like the GM is going for a last ride.
Somebody get an ambulance out here now.
The Undertaker keeping it short and sweet here tonight on SmackDown.
Could somebody please come out here and check on the GM? I don't know.
I think the general manager may have suffered a broken back. Neck, some fractures, whiplash. I mean, was that even necessary? He's gonna be just fine. You just saw the man who runs this entire show get assaulted for no reason, and that's your response? I said he'd be all right. What more do you want from me? Maybe some compassion? Acknowledge the fact he was assaulted? Well, speaking of acknowledge, I just got word that The Rock is here, and he's on his way to the ring right now to acknowledge Roman Reigns. You all might want to stay tuned for this one. What an ovation for The Rock. And what a memorable night in front of 100,762 last Sunday at SoFi. And listen to this ovation. Over 18,000 on their feet. The Rock and Roman Reigns. It was icon versus icon. It was Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. And what a show of class. What a matchup for The Rock and Roman Reigns. Truly unbelievable, Cole. And look at these signs. Look at this respect. Look at these people on their feet. The Rock had thousands upon thousands present and loud and accounted for at SoFi for his epic confrontation with Roman Reigns. And this ovation, in my view, is not about nostalgia. It is about respect for what this man has done for this industry. Going to be a great feeling for The Rock right now. Look at the response from these people, Cole.
At WrestleMania, The Rock went one-on-one with Roman Reigns. The Rock gave everything he had, but Roman gave more. And because of that, because Roman Reigns left it all in this ring, he was victorious at WrestleMania. The biggest box office match lived up to the hype. And The Rock is out here for one reason and one reason only. And that is to acknowledge the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. This ain't a spoof. This is real life. This is a real moment. A moment that goes beyond everything, because this goes beyond this ring. It goes beyond this industry. This is about family. This is about blood. This is about all.
Oh my! That's not the tribal chief, that's the beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar is here, and he does not look happy. The Rock obviously not expecting this. Brock Lesnar walking to the ring and doesn't look like he's here to see an old friend. Lesnar, who successfully defended the WWE Championship against Randy Orton at WrestleMania in convincing fashion, is here in the Intuit Dome. Brock circling the ring like he found a wounded prey. This, ladies and gentlemen, a moment I thought we would never see again. Brock Lesnar and The Rock standing face to face in the ring for the first time in over 20 years. Wait a minute, no! Brock, no! Brock Lesnar with an F5 to The Rock. Brock Lesnar just hit an F5 to The Rock, and it looks like he wants another one. This is insane. Another F5 to The Rock, and now Lesnar looking for a third one. He gets him up. And a third F5 to The Rock, and Brock Lesnar laying waste to the final boss. Lesnar sending a message. Whatever it was sent loud and clear. I cannot believe what we have just seen.